Why are you holding back even though you know that you are capable of more? If you've ever been in a place where you know for a fact you have not scratched the surface of your potential, like you know for a fact that you should be further along, like you know for a fact that you have not been showing up in your full capacity, your full brilliance. You know you've been playing small and you're tired of it. Maybe it's you're playing small in your business. Maybe it's your personal brand. Maybe it's your career. Maybe you're not going after the contracts that you are saying you want because you're doubting yourself. Maybe you're not showing up as confident as you need to in order to step into that next level that you've been dreaming of stepping into. It's so important that you recognize when you're being mediocre. It's important that you call yourself out when you are not showing up in the way that you know you need to show up. And so I really want you to understand that doubting yourself causes you to stay stuck. It is a repellent. I can't say this enough. Doubt repels and confidence attracts. And so until you fully begin to believe in you, and for some of you, it's going to require that you go back and shift some of the things that you were taught as a kid, right? Some of you are afraid of being too much and it's stopping you. Some of you are afraid that people might call you arrogant or selfish and it's stopping you. Some of you are saying, oh, well, I just want to be humble. Be humble. Be humble, right? I'm not saying be arrogant, but I am saying that when you walk in a room, you need to walk into that room like you belong there. Like you don't need to walk into that room being timid. You don't need to walk into that room thinking, wow, look at this person, look at that person. You walk in that room saying, wow, look at me. You walk into that room knowing that you are valuable. You walk into that room knowing that you are an asset to everyone who comes in contact with you. And so what I want you to do from today forward, I want you to stop doubting without evidence. Oh, I got to say that again. I need you to stop doubting without evidence. You're doubting yourself and you haven't even tried it yet. How do you know you can't do it? How do you know it? Like people, oh, I'm afraid to speak. How do you know you can't do it? Like I never would have known that I could be a keynote speaker had I not taken a chance on myself and actually got the microphone and started speaking. I never would have known that I could write books had I not taken the time to just stop and start writing my book. And so I need you to stop trying to talk yourself out of the next level that you're saying you want. So it's going to be important for you to call yourself out when you feel any ounce of doubt trying to step in. So I need you to recognize that your mind is supposed to be a resource to you. I'm going to say that again. Your mind is supposed to be a resource to you. Your mind should not be your master. Your mind should not be your leader. Your mind should not have the ability to keep you stuck. Oh, my. So I need you to stop doubting without evidence. The next thing I need you to do, I need you to stop saying yes to everyone else and then turn around and say no to yourself. I need you to stop saying, oh, I'm going to help this person and I'm going to help this person. But then you're sitting here and you're not doing what you're supposed to do. I need you to understand the importance of making yourself a priority. I need you to understand the importance of saying no. Because many of you are not where you desire to be because you're too scattered. You got to choose a path, and then you need to stay in your lane. You got your hands in too much stuff. You're trying to help this person and that person, and this person is calling you and that person, and you're stressed out over other people's problems. Like you hadn't even had a chance to sit down and tackle your own challenges. And so I want to challenge you to value your yes. That's the title of one of the chapters in my book, Profitable Conversations. Listen, I need you to value your yes. Who and what have you been saying yes to? Are you on your list of priorities? Or do you continue to place yourself, your vision, and your dreams on the back burner? Listen, the business is not going to build itself. The resume is not going to build itself. Like you've got to do it. You've got to show up. You've got to be willing to sell yourself. You got to know how to explain the value that you bring to the table. Right? Some of you don't even understand. You don't even understand how valuable you are. Like, can I just be real? Like some of you watching, you're looking at other people and you're thinking, wow. And then when you look at yourself, you think you're okay or you're average. But listen, when you are actually doing things that are easy to you, you actually think that it's easy to everyone else, but it's not. And so there are things that you are excellent at that other people struggle with. And so what I need you to do is find where your giftings are. Like find where your skill set is. Find out what do people always come to you for? Right? And I need you to go all in on yourself. The third thing I need you to do is stop delaying your breakthrough because you're afraid to fail or you are afraid to make a mistake. This is the thing about winners. Winners take ownership of everything. They take ownership of their thoughts. They take ownership of their habits. They take ownership of their beliefs. Like they're not pointing the finger at anyone else. They're not saying like, I am where I am because this person did not do what they were supposed to do. Like they take full ownership. If there's some fear there, if there is some hesitation there, I need you to address it. I need you to call yourself out and say, you know what, this is it. Like, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not postponing my breakthrough anymore. I'm not going to just keep talking about starting a business. I'm going to actually do it. I'm not going to just keep talking about writing a book. I'm going to actually do it. I'm not going to keep talking about leaving this toxic job or leaving this toxic relationship. Like I'm really going to do it. So I need you to get a clear vision of what it is that you want your life to look like. I need you to write it down and then do not let yourself off the hook. This is where we go wrong. You're holding other people accountable. I need you to hold yourself accountable. I need you to check in with yourself every single day. In the morning, I need you to write down at least 3 things that you desire to accomplish. At the end of the day, I need you to check yourself. Did I get those 3 things done? Don't let yourself off the hook. Going all in requires self-belief. It does not require that you are perfect. You're going to make a mistake. You're going to experience rejection, right? It's not going to always work out exactly the way that you wanted it to. But if you are in action, right? If you are holding yourself accountable, if you are picking yourself up and trying again and again and again and refusing to accept where you currently are, you have no choice but to win. Like you're not oblivious to what is happening. Like you understand, like these are my circumstances. This is what I'm dealing with right now. But I believe that a better life is possible for me. And when you get that belief, like hold on to it and do not let it go. When you find yourself spiraling, when you find yourself getting anxious, when you find yourself feeling depressed or stressed, I need you to check you. I need you to understand that you do not have to have everything figured out. But you must be willing to start, and you must be willing to keep showing up until you get the results you desire. You can't be so easy to quit. You can't be so easy to give up. And so my final question for you is this. Are you willing to stop playing small so that you can finally step into your next level? Listen, it feels good to dream. It feels good to create a vision board. It feels good to write your goals down. But at the end of the day, you've got to be willing to take the steps required. You've got to be willing to discipline yourself. You've got to be willing to call yourself out. If you are still fighting the same battle that you were fighting 6 months ago, like you need to call yourself out. Like, why am I still here? Why haven't I moved beyond this? Why am I not further along? What is it that I am not doing? What is it that I need to start doing? Who do I need to connect with? Who do I need to disconnect from? These are the questions that you got to ask yourself. And your responses, they need to be honest. It's time out for playing small. It's time out for doubting yourself. It's time out for saying yes to everyone but you. At the end of the day, nothing happens until you show up and do what you know you're supposed to do. Until next time, let's go.